with reports of shadow figures lurking around the property and lights that flicker with no explanation. Visitors to today's location have reported an atmosphere about the place, some describing it as calm, others saying it's intense. Hey there, and welcome to Darkness Dissected. The Roff House in Watseka, Illinois has had tales of the paranormal attached to it since the mid-1800s. Tales of possession, psychic powers, and insanity. But what is the truth about these stories? Could they be true? Well, dissectors, let's look at the history of Roff House and the Watseka Wonder that mystifies people even to this day. Asa and Dorothy Roff seemed to have it all, a loving daughter and enough wealth to live comfortably. But there was a darkness that hung over this small family. When their daughter Mary was born in 1846, happiness was marred by the poor girl's ill health. You see, the young child was plagued with trance-like states and other strange behaviour from being a baby, before finally suffering seizures as she got older. As the young lady entered her teen years, these fits would be as regular as every few days, with doctors left baffled as to what was causing them, as they could see no ailments. Over time, Mary was prescribed leeches as a cure, which obviously did nothing to help her symptoms. But then something truly horrifying occurred after one particularly brutal episode where the poor girl took a knife to her arm and began cutting. Mary seemed to go into a fever-like sleep for a couple of days, waking up with some very strange abilities. It is said that she woke up blind, with little ability to hear or even sense touch, but place a blindfold on Mary, and she was able to see without issue. This included reading letters and books, sometimes without even opening the pages of the book, and it got stranger still. Mary began to speak in a tone that wasn't her own and in different languages, ones she couldn't speak before her latest episode. She began talking to the dead, which many feel is what may have been happening when she went into trance-like states. At a loss as to what to do for the best, Asa and Dorothy were advised that placing Mary in an asylum was the kindest thing to do for her. This was not the case at all, and if you are a regular to my channel, you know the kind of practices that occurred inside asylums long ago. It wasn't a nice place to be sent and could often end in death. Sadly, poor Mary's story is no different, as she died inside the asylum aged just 19 years old in 1865. The Roffs had begun to build a home for their family while Mary was sick, and while struggling with the loss of their only daughter, the couple took 3 years to complete the build, completing it in 1868. Sadly, the home felt soulless in many ways, as this was meant to be a happy family home, but it was drenched in heartbreak. But then, in 1877, 12 years after the death of Mary, something really strange happened in Watseka, Illinois. Not too far from the Roff House, a young girl was reported to be suffering the same ailments as their poor daughter Mary, and her name was Lurency Venom. Lurency claimed that as well as the fits she had to endure, which were often accompanied by stomach pains, she could speak to spirits. There are reports that she claimed spirits would float above her and even spoke to her or touched her face. The seizures could get so intense that at one point her head was touching her feet in a very unnatural way. Since his daughter had died, Asa had become a very strong believer in spiritualism and thought his daughter had been psychic and not insane, as many had tried to tell him. He knew how hard it must be for the family and decided to go and visit the Venom household, as he'd heard rumours that the girl's parents were thinking of having her sent to an asylum. But things didn't go as planned. You see, the family agreed to seek out further help for their daughter, but somewhere along the way, she went into a trance-like state, opened her eyes and said, "My name is Mary Roff." She'd become possessed. I'm pretty sure you can imagine how shocked onlookers were, but she was able to prove her statement by providing information on Mary that no one would know. With Mary seemingly possessing Lurency's body full time, she moved in with the Roff family. Can you imagine how disturbing this will have been for both families? One feeling that they're gaining their daughter back, while another can do nothing more than look on as their daughter's possessed body moves out. After months of living with the Roff family, Lurency told the couple that she was weakening and that the spirit of Mary would soon leave her body. And just like that, one morning she woke up in bed and she was finally alone. Mary had left. After this, the young girl moved back in with her parents, but is said to have returned to the Roffs' home occasionally for seances so that they could speak with Mary once more. But it seems Lurency had changed, with her parents saying she was now well behaved, polite, more intelligent, while also appearing quieter. Maybe it had left a traumatic mark on the poor girl. I mean, she had been a meat suit for another girl's spirit for some time. Pretty sure that would affect any one of us. Lurency managed to have a relatively normal life after her paranormal experiences. She got married, had children, and died at the ripe old age of 88. But the experience she had with Mary stayed with her and became known as the Watseka Wonder. After the Roffs passed away, the home had numerous owners and was starting to show its age, until 2005, when it came under new ownership, turning the property into a B&B. But the big question remains, is there any evidence of the Watseka Wonder still at the home? Well, many paranormal investigators have visited the property over the years, and it seems that whatever was bothering the young girl while she was possessed by Mary, as well as seances performed over the years, may well have left its mark. Workers and visitors alike have reported many odd occurrences over the years. Firstly, the lights in the property are known to flicker, maybe indicating the presence of a spirit. This is stronger in the kitchen area. Now, you might think faulty wiring, but this has been investigated and it seems this is not what's causing it. Secondly, there are loads of reports of people feeling something is off or strange in certain rooms of the property. Some feel that the house feels creepy, maybe sensing that they're not alone, while others feel almost at peace, a sense of calm, especially around Dorothy Roff's bedroom upstairs. On overnight investigations, paranormal researchers have picked up plenty of EVP recordings too. They are particularly active in the room Mary's spirit slept in while possessing Lurency. The seance room, which makes sense, and the basement. It's always the basement, isn't it, dissectors? While investigations were taking place, many reported seeing dark shadow figures creeping around the house at night. People have tried to take photographs of these spirits, but sadly, there has been little luck at doing so, as they are described as moving way too fast. While now operating as a B&B, the Roff House, it seems, will never escape its part in the Watseka Wonder legacy, and it may well have worked out well for the property. In 2009, a film titled The Possessed, which is about the Watseka Wonder, was filmed on location, while also featuring on paranormal shows. So, my friends, what are your thoughts on this supposed haunted location? Do you feel that the young girl was indeed possessed by the spirit of Mary? Are the shadow figures and other strange occurrences paranormal activity or overactive imaginations? Let me know in the comments below. My personal opinion is that the Watseka Wonder may well be an event that we never get to the bottom of. I feel that something was happening all those years ago. Lurency knew things about Mary that no one else would have, especially as Mary had died years before. I do think that with seances being performed and all the other activities may have drawn spirits to the home, and now with no one there to guide them, they may well be stuck, now just lurking in the shadows, flitting from one room to another, like a bird trying to escape a locked room maybe. This episode certainly does raise many questions about the events that took place all those years ago. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and now that I have finally settled into my new home, I can get back to our regular schedule. Also, for those of you that are wanting to reach out via post, my new PO box address is now available and it's at the top of the page. As always, until next time, my friends, stay safe out there.